Hello and welcome back to our final game of round four. Now, we've already seen two teams unfortunately eliminated so far, that being Anti Luke and Buy One Get One Free. So, unfortunately, we have had to say goodbye to them. But we have had two of our teams make it to the semi finals, that being Derby and Chuckle, able to close out quite a close game, I'd say, Stefan. Would you not agree? Against Anti Luke?
Yeah, yeah. A very good game to be honest with you. Probably a surprising game for us. I was expecting nobody and Chuckle to finish that in one map, but yeah, they took to all three maps. So yeah, that was actually a very interesting game. I think we might be seeing something similar here as well. Um, Creep Score Legends against Rush B. As you may remember, we did watch Creep Score Legends against Nobody and Chuckle in our very first stream game of this tournament, and we saw Creep Score Legends put up a very effective performance against them, only losing out by in overtime. So um, Nobody and Chuckle making it to semi-finals. Maybe we'll see a return game of them in some way or form if they manage to make it through to semi-finals today. Roshby is an interesting team. We haven't seen anything from them on stream, as you mentioned earlier. Um, Comprised of our boy Rob and Josh, Algie Lacey. Um, Interesting thing about this team is that they had a different member playing in the initial first three rounds compared to round four. And how would you compare the different players, which was Quiet against Rob?
So as you know, we've got Quiet, the League of Legends master, who's been teaching Miss and Jao J one or two things over on the Rift, but he doesn't really have an incredible CS:GO track record. Maybe he should learn to stick to League of Legends a bit more rather than Counter Strike. Now, Rob, the former Overwatch professional, has now moved over to Counter Strike. So, in terms of skill, I think we're leaning a bit more towards Rob here, from the game he's come from behind, and the fact that he played in quite a few CS:GO tournaments while at university and did fairly decent here. So, I think the swap between the super, I think we can call it a super sub. Rob
Yeah,
being brought in is definitely a super sub and is definitely going to benefit Rush B quite significantly, I think.
yeah. Rob's been in the Counter Strike scene for a long time. Similar, he was on the first Counter Strike team when you joined too, at Hearts. He was on a slightly lower down team. He was captain of Hearts Black, if I remember correctly. So he's been around for a long time. He's got a lot of experience in this game. Maybe it hasn't always been his main game, but he certainly has been here from the beginning. He's got a lot of experience playing this game. So it'll be interesting to see how this how that sub changes the dynamic because um, until this day, until this game, Rushby haven't actually won a game yet. They managed to survive because of a bye. That's why they've made it to this stage. But they haven't actually managed to take a map off anyone else yet. So going into this game with a map disadvantage, so they're already losing 1-0. Um, it, Rob has to make an impact immediately if they want to see anything come out of this game.
Maybe it's fate. Maybe they got here by fate and they're now going to clutch up two maps and take it off Group Score Legends. And
It'll be a story if that happens.
I do think even though Group Score Legends have got first map, I don't think they should feel super comfortable with having that first map. Because Rush B is quite a force to be reckoned with now. And like we've seen previously with Nobody in Chuckle, they're the map advantage. If Group Score Legends are, unfortunately, if they start off quite slow and not able to land their shots, etc., then Rushby could take advantage of that and quite quickly take the first map and tie the maps 1-1 apiece.
Yeah,
And
especially with Rushby, like you said, not being on stream, they're sort of an unknown entity. If they have watched the stream, they might know how Group Score Legends play, and we know they play very together on CT side and T side. They wanna work together as much as possible. And if the Rushby know that and take advantage of that, we could be seeing a lot of rounds for them this game.
for sure, for sure. I think it'd be interesting to kind of see what type of dynamic Group Score Legends bring. Are they going to continue that quite close pairing that they always piece stuff together, trying to go for that trade, or are they going to go a bit more crazy with just a 1v1 duels? But like you say, it's a bit unknown on how Rush B play. So we're not too sure what we're expecting. Are we going to see a bit more craziness with just the 1v1 duels, swinging, everything? Or are we going to see a bit more of a tactical mindset where they play a bit more together? Because both these players now in Rush B are from the Overwatch scene. So they do have some sort a little bit of chemistry there coming from the Overwatch scene. I wonder if that's going to affect how they decide to play today's games.
Yeah,
One thing I would
yeah,
like to note is that Algie Lacey, Josh from Rush B, does really enjoy AWPing. So
yeah.
be looking out when Josh or Rob get the opportunity to grab the AWP from the class that the players are given. That Josh grabs that AWP and maybe goes for some aggressive peaks just to try and get the first kill in the round and edge Rush B win that round.
Yep, I'm super excited for this. For those of you who are just joining, we're going to show a little reminder of the rules of the game that we're playing in. So let's get into that real quick.
Double Tap is a 2 vs 2 retake game mode. Terrorists start each round off with a bomb plant on a site chosen at random. Their aim is to defend the site from the enemy team by eliminating them or successfully detonating the bomb. Counter-terrorists spawn in random locations in the vicinity of the enemy team. Their goal is to retake the site and defuse the bomb before time runs out. Each round players pick from different loadout classes that progress during the duration of the game. Use what utility you have to outsmart your opponents. Bonus classes are awarded to players based on their performance, so stay alert for an opportunity to get an advantage over your opponent. Each team needs to secure 16 rounds in order to win, and side swap at half time. In the case of a draw, the game goes into overtime until a victor is decided. As always, BM is encouraged, so always watch your back. This is Double Tap.
And welcome back. That was our rules set for this tournament, and that is the game that we're playing. So obviously, we've seen a lot of this so far, and in previous tournaments that we've seen of double tap and retakes in general, I feel like it's been very T-sided. But from what we've seen in this tournament so far, that hasn't been the case. I feel like um, it can really go either way, and a lot of these halves have been quite close. If it's not close, it's normally because the opposing team is just really, really good and much better than the other team. So um, definitely been an interesting game so far. I think the players are in the server.
Wait, looks like we've got a veto coming through
Vito is
pretty
coming in.
quickly. So we've got Zenobia and Mitz removing nuke straight away. So I don't want to be faffing around with that. The confusing bomb sites or which is which. And Algie Lacey returned the favour by removing Vertigo.
We're getting
Looks like
quick
they're coming in
management
pretty
though.
fast here. Kenobi removing Train. Josh, Algie Lacey removing Dust. So it looks like they've already removed a lot of the more chaotic maps in Vertigo, Train, and Nuke. Looks like both teams want to take it to a more favoured map, something that they're both comfortable with. Maybe an Inferno, Mirage, even potentially an Overpass could be something that both teams are favoured on.
I think there may be a confusion with the pick ban process again. They're banning really quickly, but we should have seen an actual map pick by now. Okay, looks like they're just gone for this.
Looks
Teams
like
are
going
getting
for it.
confused by this map pick.
The teams are getting very confused, but it does look like we've got an Inferno pick from Algie Lacey and Rob, his name is. So something that they're both comfortable with. Maybe they've seen the stream with the previous game, which was Inferno, and maybe taken notes of some of the strats which the teams were using. I think an Inferno pick is something that they're both comfortable on. I don't think one team is going to be have a super unfair advantage with that being Inferno. I think both teams, or with the players, are all comfortable playing on that map.
Yep.
Like we saw, they immediately removed like, things like Vertigo, Train, and Nuke, which are a bit more uncommon in the map pool. People don't really tend to play those as much. They like to prefer to stick to the Inferno Mirage, and that's kind of what we're seeing here today.
Yeah, a bit more Infernos coming in. We were seeing a bit some crazy maps previously. We're seeing some trains and some Virgos on the first day, but like you say, a bit more traditional maps being played out today so far. And like we said before, Inferno is quite an interesting one because I think it's significantly more difficult for the CTs to retake on Inferno. both the sites are sort of in corners of the map, which makes it really, really challenging for them to attack it as a CT. So although Algae, Lacey, and Rob have chosen Inferno, I think that means that Poe and Mist collisions will be able to choose the side. And if they choose T at the start, they'll be able to rack up a bunch of rounds. Oh, it looks like they're redoing bans.
Okay, so
Bans
we've
being
got a redo.
retried.
So
Okay,
Panobi immediately taking out Nuke, and
we got Inferno still.
Algilacy
Okay.
immediately taking out Vertigo. So like from before, we're removing these more difficult maps, just getting rid of them. Don't want to see them in this map pool. Algilacy then picking Inferno.
Looks like they're
Like,
following the actual ban process now, which is really nice. So yeah, we've seen an Inferno pick, Nuke Vertigo. Vertigo banned twice.
yeah, I think he's replaced it with Dust
Oh,
2.
Dust
So we've
2.
got a train
Okay.
of Dust 2 being removed by Panobi there. So getting rid of Dust 2 and Train. So like we said before, they've already got rid of Nuke, Vertigo, and Train. Don't want to be messing around with those. Taking it to more traditional maps.
Overpass is the next one to be taken out of this map pool, which leaves us with Mirage.
So I think that's kind of what we expected. I don't think we expected much craziness from these two teams. I think both are very comfortable playing on Mirage and Overpass. Mirage and Inferno Mirage. My bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think they're good maps for both teams. I don't think a certain team is going to be able to take a major advantage going into it.
Yeah,
Like you said
absolutely.
before, I think the side decision on Inferno is going to be key here. So it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see which side the teams decide to start on.
Yeah, if I am correct, I would imagine that Creeps Legends would want to choose this T side. But we have been seeing teams pick CT at the start. They sort of, I know that Digwahid were doing that. They were picking the CT side so they can end up on T side if they need to do a comeback. And that enables them to do that. But judging from Mist's pick, they're starting CT. So yeah, I mean, that wasn't what I expected. They're doing a similar play to what Digwahid did in their first two games. So yeah, maybe they are going to be banking on this second half to bring it back if they are down by a couple rounds, or maybe they're just comfortable CT players. I'm not quite sure. What do you think of that choice to go CT at the start?
I think it's a bold one. I think maybe they're trying to dictate the tempo of the game, trying to show that we are confident starting on the CT side. But I think this could be a key decision, which if they lose this, might have been the reason why they lost.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could get in their heads if they start losing it like a lot of rounds in a row. And I believe all the players are getting ready to go. I think we're getting into this now. Here we go. Here we go. Map number 1 from match number 3. Our final semi-finalist is about to be decided right now. Stay tuned to get ourselves in this one. Starting on a pistol round, Panobi and Mist both retaking B site here.
And Mist has already been spotted out, and Josh now goes to the swing. Poe throwing a coffin smoke. Interesting, we've seen an actual smoke being used here.
Haji Lacey comes flying out. He doesn't get punished for it, and Rob manages to get a second kill as well. So that's an initial round's win for Rush B to get themselves into this.
Now the second pistol round, and the CTs are actually grouping up this time. So they'll be coming onto site together. I wonder if Panobi's going to throw the coffin smoke again. Looks like he is. It's nice to see that the utility's been used effectively here to try and just remove some of the angles that the CTs have to clear.
Yeah, Algae Lacey is going to hear that smoke come up, and he's going to try and reposition himself. He's going to reposition. He misses the first couple shots here. That's going to punish him.
The T's are so low here. Not a single bit of damage on the CTs. I was about to say before Loz gets taken out. Nice shot from Poe here. And Josh is going to go for the swing. And I don't think he's got enough time. And Algae Lacey just swings out with the crispy 1D.
That was a bit of a fuckfest around, to be honest with you. All over the place. Algae Lacey was really messing with the CTs and their retake there by flanking them. They really couldn't do much here. Had to keep turning around back and forth every couple seconds. Really messed up them. But here, look at this push from Algae Lacey. Again, This is the second time he's done this. He's managed to get himself into a good position, but he's sort of left his teammate isolated. It's like Rob's got to do everything now as they approach him from shorts. He managed to find one, and his teammate's actually back here now to support him. He swaps out the gun, and he finds the frag on. Missed here.
Yeah, this is really tough for him. This is kind of why we're talking about the questionable decision to start on the CT side when you got the choice. And like I said before, Josh has whipped out the AWP. And it does look like he's going to have 2 players approaching him. So I wonder if he's going to be able to get the first one. Sees the first one. Nice shot from Lacey here. Repositioning.
Ooh.
Nice stink there from Panobian. Lacey kind of is stuck there, but
Rob's in a
Robin's
good
got the
position.
cross.
Gets himself a nice headshot.
Panobi gets
Watch out.
taken out.
I think Lacey is actually a really important player in this setup, because when he's got a rifle, he's doing some really interesting plays, pushing around. He hasn't been punished for it yet, and then when he whips out the AWP, it's sort of a guaranteed 1 or 2 kills for him because he gets himself in good positions. Here we go again. He's watching the ankle.
Nice shot from Lacey there. A nice one tap, just remove Poe from this round.
And I missed. He's a bit scared to walk in here. He does make decisions to do eventually, but he's making loads of noise. The teams
Look
will
at
know
this
exactly where he
repositioning
is.
from Lacey. He was over there and missed having all his utility to clear it out. Lacey
both
just ran away.
trading damage to each other, but Lacey manages to finish him off. He is popping off this game. 7 kills
Lacey
and
is
0
yet
deaths.
to die.
It's the reverse James Bond right now. Really playing well. Putting his team in the lead. 5 rounds, none. Recruit Score Legends. We may see a third map yet. That's a very deep smoke from the T's. It sort of works well, because if Mist wants to walk through this, he has to sort of expose himself to Church. Oh, getting deleted! Double headshot from Lacey. It's all down to Mist. Does find Rob. Full blind now. Lacey hunting him down like it's his prey. Really nice play from him. A nice flash and a nice headshot at the start of the round.
Yeah, Lacey has been at DM servers today. He is not messing about, and like I said in the pre-match, he has brought out the AWP. I think whenever Lacey gets opportunity to bring out the AWP, he is definitely going to bring it out.
He won't find anything on shore if he keeps holding this. When's he? Looks like he's like now. First kill goes to Rob. Second kill goes to Lacey. There's nothing stopping him right now. This is a slaughter. A very
This
opposite
is
to what we expected.
This is indeed a slaughter fest. Panobi and Mitz have not been able to get anything going here. I don't think any round as of yet has been super close. And Lacey just continues his reign.
Gets
Right down to
killed.
9 HP, but is still not at a death. Now, Nitz in the 1v1 against Rob. Can he clutch up Rob on the angle? And Mitz swings out on Rob, just takes his head off.
Mist walks right into Rob's crosshair, and Rob is not going to miss that shot. Lacey pulling out the AWP again. He's going to go straight into the pit, play it safe. He knows he's got trust in his aim. Rob's going to play aggressive. He's cleared that, but I don't think he's going to expect this late arch push. He's looking at long. Mist
Maybe
is
might
gonna...
actually catch out Lacey here. Could this be the first round?
Oh!
Poe fumbling with his
A
grenade.
lovely shot from Lacey onto Panobi. Can he find the second one? He does manage to find the second frag too. That is lovely from Lacey, continuing this great run of form.
Indeed. The AWP in Lacey's hands is definitely a terrifying sight. Now swap him to the back to the AK. Had enough of the AWP. There's a nice smoked banana.
From
A nice Molotov.
It's hard to believe.
Hard to
they
fault
haven't
at the
won.
moment.
They haven't won a map yet. Maybe Quiet was just too heavy.
And just it's such nice utility usage coming in from the T's. Just all these late smokes and Molotovs. It removes so much time off the bomb.
Together, they've got the frag and Lacey, and that leaves Rob in no man's land, trying to peek him both at the same time. They almost lined up for him, but he does get taken out, and that is the first round for Group Score Legends here.
So, could this be the momentum shift? All you need from a CT perspective, just a couple rounds. 2, 3, 4 rounds. But one is definitely not going to be enough. They definitely need more.
If they don't get at least 4 rounds here, it's going to be very difficult for him to win so many rounds consecutively. Rob almost gets caught off guard, but missed. Finds the frag. Algulacy finds Panobi inside library as well. That's really weird because Algulacy was just looking the wrong way. No, Rob was looking the wrong way, sorry, but Mist was also looking the wrong way, so they didn't find each other.
And it looks like Rob is bringing out the AWP this time. I think we're definitely seeing a lot more AWPs being brought out in this game than we have saw previously.
Algulacy's got a very advanced position here.
Rob gets the first. Loz or Mitz has not been spotted, but fumbles a Molotov, so is now kind of giving his position away, and it looks like Rob's got a bit of an idea. It looks like they're both an idea where Mitz is heading to next.
One of the hardest angles to swing out in the game. Yeah, he's going to get taken down for his troubles. Running out of Palace when you know there's two guys on the side is almost impossible unless someone misses their shot drastically.
Yeah, definitely a very hard shot to hit. Again, Rob bringing out the AWP. Once again, it's been so successful for Rush B here. They're just able to get all these nice, quick little peeks and picks. Just give them such an advantage in the round, and a nice smoke there for sure. Just so hard for Panobi and Miss to do anything with this smoke. If they wait it out, it just removes so much time off the bomb. And gosh, Algulacy just playing around the pit area.
Oh, Panobi's bold move. He does the damage to Algulacy. Can't finish him off. And now Miss again. Doesn't know what to look at. He gets taken out. Maybe Creep Squad Legends are starting to regret their decision to pick CT at the start of this. I think they were hoping to get a couple more rounds. But if they do clutch it back on the T side, we're going to see something very special.
Indeed, we will. Now both players coming from CT, and Algulacy decided last minute to look elsewhere, and now Miss once again in no man's land, and the AWP is just prevailing. Picks Mitz out like the little duck he is.
Yeah, another nice shot from Algulacy. He hasn't missed anything right now. 17 kills and 2 deaths this game. Really, really unstoppable performance from
Panobi with the jump, is he going to get the kill? He's able to get the kill. Now, could this be a round? We know how good Algulacy has been this game. Is he able to win this 1v2 situation with both the CTs playing together? Bomb is not planting for Algulacy here. He looks like he's focused quite heavily on the apps here. The tap comes through. Miss is still covering his teammate. Algulacy able to get the reload in. That's the bomb. And gets punished from Algulacy. Mitz missing everything right there.
So yeah, it was really interesting that Algulacy was so focused on this. Then Mist was so focused on Graveyard. I don't know where these information, but they were just getting tunnel visioned into the wrong positions throughout. But yeah, we are going to see a 14-1 half from Rush B. Incredible from them, really. There's no space for slip-ups from Creep Squad Legends. They have to win every single round in a row if they want to win this in regulation. And that's not a good start.
Now, can Mitz clutch this up? Both players running past. Isn't even able to
making
get
their
the first kill.
Troubles even more dire. We're going to have to see something really, really special here. They're going to have to be not only 14 rounds in a row, it's going to have to be even more than that in overtime. If they can't win this in regulation anymore, this could be the biggest stomp of the tournament as of yet.
Or the biggest comeback of the tournament as of yet. We'll have to wait and see. It does look like Rob is a little bit confused.
To the wrong bomb site. He looks like he's caught on now. Algulacy's waiting for his teammate. Maybe he's used to this from Quiet.
Nice flash there. No one been spotted out as of yet. Rob just running up short, and Mitz not able to land in the shot of the Deagle.
Oh!
Ho gets punished.
Oh, this could be it. This could be the end of the game.
And
we have to get
Algulacy is just sticking it. And Miss is able to clutch up the round with milliseconds to spare on the defuse. This could be the start of something beautiful.
Hindsight is 2020, but if he was other side of the bomb there, yeah, it doesn't lose. Very unfortunate for Algulacy. Picking up his third death of the game. Maybe we are going to see something special here. The T's pick up down to Rob in a 1v2. Gets taken out. We're seeing some rounds being picked up now by the T's. And maybe this is what they were expecting. Maybe they were prepared for this T side so well they didn't care how many rounds they got on CT. Just want to get over it. And to be fair, they were doing pretty well when we watched them earlier. They played together really well on Mirage Wednesday, but this round is not like that. They're quite separated right now.
Yeah, we are
Miss
for a
just
pause
got
next
back.
round.
Is he?
I think Miss has had a technical issue, but little do they know this is the last round,
That is
unfortunately.
really, really unfortunate. Miss seems to have lagged out or
Has some sort of
tapped out,
technical issue.
some sort of technical issue which prevented him from shooting in that last round, which does give up the game. Obviously, only a game point, not match point. We still are going to see, believe, Mirage.
Yeah.
I think Mirage is the next map. But yeah, a massive stomp, a really, really unexpected stomp from Rush B. And because we were talking earlier about how close this game was going to be, and maybe it will be Critical Legends edging out just because they got a map advantage. But if that game was anything to go by, I don't see how Critical Legends are going to come back from that.
Yeah, I think no one really expected how much of a lead Rush B were going to get and how well they performed. Like we haven't really seen a massive amount from Rush B before, and Algie Lacey and Rob were playing so well. They were hitting their shots. So Algie Lacey was pushing and doing really nice things to just remove choke points or where the CTs could be and gaining so much important information. But I do think that Critical Legends might regret the fact that they didn't start on that T side and they started on that CT side, with the fact they only got one round
They
on that
do have
CT
choice.
side.
They do have choice again for this map. So I'd like to see them start on T side and just try and stack up 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds or so, just to get themselves into this game. I'd really hate to see them choose CT again and get stumped. That'd be really unfortunate. But the most interesting thing about this is Algie Lacey is not just wide swinging and just using raw aim to get these kills. He's playing really, really smart. He's pushing into sort of unexposed positions. Um, he's using the AWP to his advantage, playing the long angles, and he's playing very, very smart to get these kills. And I like to see that. It's not just a lot of time when you see a player doing really well, it's just because they're better than the other team and they're just wide swinging everything and winning the aim duels. But that's definitely not the case here with Algie Lacey. He's playing really good.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a smart player with his decision making and the information he's gaining is so important to the team and that he gives to Rob to help them win the round. But like we said, I think it'll be interesting to decide which side um, Mitz and Panobi decide to start on. Have they learnt their lesson from Inferno, or are they going to stick with it and prove us all wrong?
Yeah, if they do go for a CT pick, be very brave. Um, it looks like that's not the case. It looks like they are going for this T pick, um, which is probably the correct decision.
Yeah, I think they learnt their lesson after getting one round in that first half. I think they definitely realised the error of their ways. But hopefully, this will still be a very close game. This will be the final game of our best of three, and only one of these teams will make it to our semi-finals. Um, with the other sadly being eliminated from the tournament. Which would be sad to see because both these teams are. I think it's gonna be difficult to call who's going to win this.
Yeah, I mean, if you ignore what we just saw in that last game, then we should be seeing a very, very close game here between these two teams. From what we've seen earlier in this tournament, Critical Legends have been a force to be reckoned with. They've got 2 map wins for free. Like they've done well to get those 2 map wins. They're not a pushover by any means, but they've really start switching the gears on now if they want to get through to semi-finals. Start turning it on.
Yeah, for sure. And we
I
have
can't
already
hold
seen
that again.
Kenobi and Mitz already play on Raj in the first round. So maybe that might affect their confidence going into this. And they've already played this before. They did some nice things towards the end of that first game on Mirage. So hopefully they'll be able to bring that into this game. I think we're a little unsure on what Algie Lacey and Rob, the maps they have played, but equally they could also be very confident going into this map.
Yeah, I believe everyone is rode up. I think we're going to be getting into this any second now. Should be good.
I
Yeah,
think also
that's
something
gonna happen.
to state that Algie Lacey and Rob must be so confident confident going into this game. The fact that they absolutely destroyed Konobi and Mitz in that previous game. But it's a new game, so anything can happen. And we have immediately Algilacey just removed.
Had fights against each other there. I've never seen that before on this Rutex game mode. They're just insta-fighting. And let's see. What can Rob do here in this 1v2? I think he might
Look all the
spot
angles
that
that
ticket.
clear.
He knows at least one's there.
He has got a smoke up, but it is going to start to disappear pretty quickly if he doesn't decide to hop on the bomb. He's having to clear all his angles. He's still searching for these T's and he's just running out of time.
Kill for his
Konobi able to pick up both kills. So
that's really interesting. Insta fight we saw at the start of last round. Never seen anything like that. I think the spawns may have been a little bit broken for the start of that round, but look at this from the T's. We've seen this before. It's togetherness, the strategy.
a nice smoke as well, for sure. And is that a lineup, do you reckon, that Algilacey just threw?
I reckon he just launched that one.
He just winged it. He did smoke off bench, so he's done something. But this is the problem with this push that Konobi and Mitz kept doing in their first match. They have no sight of bomb. Able to get their first kill. Konobi has put Mitz in his backpack and picks up the 2 kills.
Well,
But that's still quite dangerous push because they don't have sight of bomb from where they are.
it's risky, but I think what they need to do really is get into a place where they can cross, because if they cross sight, then they're in big trouble.
Algilacey bringing out the scout here. Knows he's CT, so I wonder how Algilacey is going to decide to play this. What a beautiful pop flash that is.
His only piece of utility has been used up now. He's got nothing to work with. He has got a kit. I don't think he can't know where the bomb is. He tries to go for a USP, taps to the legs, doesn't manage to find it. I think he was sort of hoping that Mist had pushed round to jungle, but if he wasn't, that he was wrong. We're now going to see an AWP come out from Algilacey.
But does get immediately smoked off, unfortunately. And both players towards the ramp position. Rob might assume that this is clear, considering he's making all this noise and the T's haven't even exposed themselves once yet. But as I say that, nobody tries to go for the kill on Algilacey there.
They're running out of time. They need to get out of this ramp position. They need to... Bob's just going to just hold it. Okay, he manages to... Miss up the 1v1 situation, getting the headshot.
He's not missed in today, that's for sure. He might have missed in the previous map, but this map, he's had a stern talking to in between.
I like this. They've recognised the plant position, and they've recognised how important it is they get shot on the Rob. They're going to peek it, they get the kill on the Rob, and now they've got... This is almost
Algilacey is so far from bomb.
Seven to site.
I think he did. He was deep CT towards A. We had another error on our hands here.
Smoke grenade. This is near impossible. I don't see a world where he wins this.
Yeah, the T's are playing this really well. Crypto Legends. Oh, they go for the trusted Molotov. Miss didn't even care about dying as long as he got that Molotov off to try and secure the round. That's all that mattered.
So this is sort of a reversal we're seeing last game. 5-0 so far for Crypto Legends. Algilacey is sort of struggling to get himself started here. 2 kills, 5 deaths so far. I think that's more deaths than he had the whole last game.
Yep, I agree.
Look at
both
this
on
from
2
T's.
kills. Look at this. Crypto Legends are playing this so well at the moment, so differently from the previous map. They're playing so together. Just playing off one another, playing off the bomb ticks. Rob looks like he's aware of the peak. Miss is able to get the first kill, goes to the swing, and is even able to get the oh, he's not able to get the second kill. Oh no, he steals the kill.
Shoots him through the back of his neck. Just taking him out.
And left on 2 HP. Now, at what point would you start to be a little bit worried if you were Rush B? You haven't got a single round on the board yet.
The thing is, this map's a bit easier to retake the sites, I think. There's the T's can't do as much in terms of pushing, really. So you'd expect more rounds from this. It's a nice start.
Nice shot
round.
from Rob.
1v1 situation. Rob clutching up, getting both headshots in this game. Left on 7 HP. But that is the first round for the CTs.
Indeed it is. Now I wonder if they're able to start to snowball that into a bit more than one round. And to pick up the second, then the third. Or will Panobi and Luz answer immediately back by getting another 6?
They really need a good 5. And that's not a good start to this round. Algulacy just destroyed by the flash over. He couldn't really do much against them both peeking. Rob's got an AWP here. He knows where they both are. Instantly, he finds that first frag. He has to beat this. He goes for it. Oh, Rob just missed it.
So close. Whiskers away from taking out Miss, but Miss is there for the trade. And that's just another example of the incredible teamwork that Panobi and Mitz has. As soon as Panobi died, Mitz was there ready for the trade. No, look at this. Rob.
Ooh.
The T's have been peeking the CT so often that Rob is taking it slow and steady to clear all these angles.
It's a bit of miscommunication here. The T's aren't pull out. Manages to actually get the kill. I don't know what happened to Rob in that first kill. Poe was in no man's land by himself, and he should have been taken out, but it works out for him. Very, very nice from Creep Squad Legends here. Rob's pulled out this AWP again. Bit difficult to use the AWP on the CT side, I think. You have to be quite aggressive with it. Can't really hold angles.
Yeah.
Oh! Almost finds Panobi, just misses the shot, which causes Algulacy to get eliminated.
And look at that teamwork again. Panobi dies to the AWP in the Rob's hands, but Miss is there for the trade.
If Panobi loses, or if Panobi gets eliminated at the start of that round to Rob, as he should have, he was a free kill. That round is different. Algulacy. Watching these two players push as they win, he takes out Mist, who gets taken out by Panobi. What can Rob do for 1v1? It's not really planted for Panobi.
Throws the Molotov, a bit of a wayward Molotov. Rob just hard W kid. Waiting for the Molotov. Oh, Molotov spreads!
Oh my god. Oh my
and
god.
Almost another god Molotov there to win the round.
He didn't have to risk that. Leaving us clenching.
Yes, that was quite a scary one from Rob, keeping us on the edge of our seats for sure.
See, I don't agree with this push into ramps here. They've planted for Palace. We're flying default, but if they've pushed ramps, it's going to be very difficult maybe to get on this bomb, which they should really. Poe has to start for it. Algulacy gets the kill on this. See, that's just a pure misplay from Ritties and sort of choosing the wrong places to be when a bomb goes down. They've been so good this game with doing that so far, but maybe just a bit of complacency.
Yeah, sure. An error. It's always a bad decision to push something when you can't see bomb here. And look at this. Algulacy's been killed so many times from spawn. He is waiting so far back, but Panobi doesn't even care that he's so far back and still rips his head off. We're left up to Rob here. And look at this. As we've seen so often, the T's just hug in the corner. And Miss doesn't even need the help of Panobi and just deletes Rob from the server.
Yeah, that's much more straightforward from there. Playing the bomb plant effectively, getting into CT, and then you're just making the round impossible for that. That's the retake. Algulacy! Bringing back map 1 Algulacy here, picking up the 2k straight away, just taking the gunfights. Maybe he needs to do it more often. I was saying before how he's been using his knowledge so well, but maybe he should be just playing more aggressive and just taking gunfights. Maybe giving this T side too much respect. I think if they get 5 rounds here, it'll be really good. Oh, it's a nice. Immediately traded though.
Panobi. I wonder if Algulacy is going to be able to clutch it up like he did so often in the first map. Nice Molotov. Oh, I wasn't saying nice Molotov until it bounced off the wall. Nice post-plant position. Algulacy brought it down so low.
Oh, Panobi! Going for that run out of the smoke, but really he should have just peeked the window. I know what he was trying to do there, but he makes so much noise run out the window and then your recoil resets. Not worth the risk. He knew he did the damage to him, but gives up another round. And to be honest with you, CTs have really brought that back. 4 of those last 5 rounds they've won. It's now 10-5. This could have a game on our hands.
For sure. Now, I wonder if the T's are going to play it as... I wonder if Aguilesi and Rob are going to play it as Nobi and Mitz did. It looks like they are playing for these post-bloods, not giving the CTs anything to work with.
Taking notes out of their book. What can they do with? But the
As
thing is, they haven't got an early kill. So...
And look at that, the double swing, but Panobi's able to get one. All that's up to Rob with a Molotov in hand, but Panobi just swings. It looked like Rob wanted to get one of those holy Molotovs up to deny the plant, but Panobi wasn't having any of it and just swung like a madman and tapped it.
It's a nice round from the CTs. The problem was that when they peaked CT, there was nothing there for them. So when the CTs eventually did come to the site, it's a lot more difficult if there's 2v2, because it's just a straight out gunfight. When it's 1 person versus 2, that's when it's a guaranteed win.
Sure. Now we do have the Deagle in hand with Aguilesi as he goes for an aggressive peak market. Able to get the body spam onto Panobi, and it's all left up to poor old Bits.
What can Miss do here in a 1v2? He's got a Deagle as well. He's got a Rob Spider. There we go. He's done some damage, and he finishes off his dinner just like that. Easy peasy. I think it's always difficult when the T's get this bomb plant. This bomb plant is a really awkward one. It's kind of hard to work with unless you're sort of sitting bench or sitting out. No respect, pushing down market, gets the kill, does a really nice nade, finishing off Mist as well. Aguilesi on the T side is actually someone really hard to sort of judge what he's going to do.
Yeah, Mist there, not able to do anything. And looks like got a double push here from market. And Aguilesi going for the swing. Mist able to get the trade. All up to Rob with the crisp 1-tap just to remove his head.
That's really nice. I think that early kill on Aguilesi was so risky, but he managed to pull a frag on Panobi, who has been the solid fragger this whole game on 18 kills and 12 deaths. When you take him out, I think Mist is significantly less likely to win over compared to Panobi right now.
Yeah. Definitely in the backpack of Panobi. Panobi's able to take out Rob. All left up to Aguilesi here. Watch out, Panobi. Brought down to 11 HP, but does have a Molotov, Stefan.
Yeah, how valuable that is. But it doesn't matter. We knew exactly what he was going for.
we saw. We've seen it so often. They don't even worry about the gunfight. They just run out and try and get that Molotov off. Don't even. You could try and bounce it off the wall, but
the Mist was having none of them. Getting that frag. And look at
Panobi going to be ready. That's a nice shot there from Panobi. Now Aguilesi, all left to do with the AWP in his hand. And jiggle peek now.
That jiggle peek. 1v1 situation. This wide swinging like an absolute mad lad. And he just keeps on pushing.
Now Aguilesi with the AWP is able to get it. He looked like he was in a tough spot there.
Mist made the right decision initially. He wide swung crazily. But once Aguilesi Mist stopped. I don't know quite why he stopped. He should have just gunned him down and held W, but he didn't do that.
How good a knife kill it. Oh,
Mist,
nice
come
knife
on,
kill.
man. You should get a free knife.
And Aguilesi with a nade in hand gets punished to take Creep Score Legends to 13-9. It's getting ever closer to that 16-round mark.
Very
or a
close
15-round mark.
4 rounds going the way of T side so far, and 3 rounds going to the way of CTs. The T's are going to need to win more rounds if you want to get this game won. That's an interesting smoke from Poe. I don't think he's really expecting to do it, but gets taken out. Where did that smoke land? I'm not quite sure. All down to Mist. And I think T's know exactly where he's coming from.
Yeah, it's just going to be very tough for him to win. Time running out. Now position is known.
He's shooting. He's actually got a dig off on Aguilesi here. But they can't finish the job off. Gets taken out.
Getting a bit closer here. I think Crypto Legends would start to get a little bit worried. 10-13.
Yeah, if you are Group Score Legends, you're going to be trying to close this one out as soon as possible. Don't let them think they've got a chance in this game. Rob, I like this. Poe is not going to expect this again. And he takes him out. That's the second round in a row where Poe has been caught with his pants down. Down to the 2 situation. He's finishing him off. Very nice. Like you said, it's getting closer. The rounds are going towards the T's quite significantly here. Can we see us jump? Nope, this gives it up. 2 flashbangs on the CT side here, and Molotov, that could be noteworthy on the T side with Rob. He's inside apps too. He's pushed it, he knows they're not there. Algie Lacey knows there's nothing in market. There's got to be one place. I've seen them both. Can't find any of them.
Is he just gonna stick this? I'd like to see Mitch just stick this. But he doesn't even need to as he takes out Lacey and rips his head off.
That's a really nice shot from Mist, to be honest. Getting himself back in this game. His 12th kill of the game. 21 from Panobi this game so far. Can he get 30? If he does, he has performed really well. Rob and Algie Lacey, both very even. Algie Lacey going for his peak. He hasn't seen anything. But Mist is taking it really might actually just time. Oh, he's throwing a flashbang now though, so.
Doesn't look like Algalace is aware of where that flashbang came from.
That's true.
As he was checking his shot and he still. Now he's been spotted out.
He finds the frag on Algalace, that's huge. The bomb's not in a good position for Rob. But he needs to get on it.
He gets the kill.
God.
This is going to be so close to get a defuse.
He's not going to get it in time.
Not enough time.
Really unfortunate. Maybe his time at the start of the round where he's tried to out-time Rob fell short for him.
And look at
2
this.
orcs.
Double AWP.
No util, but double AWP coming out. What are we going to see here?
Oh.
Spotted out 1 on short.
Fired a shot.
Baited. They don't know where the guy's at. Now they do, and Rob's getting punished for it. He's just getting picked off.
Algie Lacey misses his shot. Could they be punished here for the double AWP?
Sticking this down.
Reloaded. Gets 1 kill. Brought down to 6 HP. Panobi goes for the swing, and Algie Lacey gets the kill on Panobi. Oh my goodness gracious.
That was a goodness gracious me moment and a half. Huge play from Algie Lacey. You love to see it playing close and personal with Yorp, using it like a shotgun. Lovely play from him.
All brought down to Algie Lacey here. May have clutched the last round, but is he going to be able to clutch this round? He knows where Panobi is in at Palace rather, but doesn't know other.
1v2 situation. He really needs to peek it early and try to get it right. Doesn't work out, and that means the CTs are going to get onto game and match point. We are in for an exciting last 2 rounds here.
Is close. 13 to 15. Oh, Panobi is going to be able to close this out. 7. What are we thinking? What predictions?
We've seen Algie Lacey on the Yorp. I think we know exactly how this is going to turn out. If he gets early frag here, he's not going to find anything in market though. He needs to make a decision quickly to leave this and start watching short. If he doesn't do that, that could be the end of them. Fortunately,
Rob jump spot at Palace. I think the T should start to realise where both the CTs are coming from as they're starting to wait out this smoke. Panobi with a smoke. I think that might be a really good. Oh, a little bit too long to smoke off bomb, and they are wasting a lot of time here. Does look like the CTs are struggling with this B retake. Yeah, they don't even have enough time.
And say that usually from the T's really just won in the round, but the CT just couldn't get onto the side. They were too scared to run through that smoke.
Yeah, it does. I'd like to see the statistics if we're able to get them, but it does look like this Globe and Miss are really struggling with the retake on that B site. But now back on the more favorable A site, the T's pushing deep CT. We've seen this so often. So how are the CTs gonna decide to play this out?
I'd like to see Rob peek for information a little bit. Oh, we are seeing Algie Lacey actually go for the big flank here. This might actually really work out if he gets his timing correct. Rob finds the frag on A side, and Algilis finds the frag on Palace. We're going to be seeing overtime.
We are going to overtime for the final map. And only one of these teams is going to be able to make it to a semi-final.
This is
Now,
the game of the tournament so far. It's all to play for. The winner of this gets through to the semi-finals, and the loser is eliminated. So this is ever so important. They get this first round in overtime on the Pistols. A Molotov on Algilacy.
now, if someone was to hop on the bomb, I would hope it be this here with the defuse kit. As both the players go for the swing on ramp, they get the first kill. The
goes
Molotov
down.
lands. They need to
Too
push
late.
Algilacy here. He give his little shoulder peek, and if he
Thing is,
goes for the
Miss is
defuse
bothered
here.
with the kit.
And Miss allows him to peek. But Miss needs to get on this, I think, the defuse to come through.
Do they have time with no kit?
Oh, what a blunder. If Mitch
What a
was on the
blunder!
defuse, they would have got that.
Those
Panobi
throwing
defused that for
daggers,
6
bro.
seconds. 6 or 7 seconds. What a blunder to potentially
Will that come
lose them
back
the
to bite
game.
them? Or we're going to see a fight in Palace here. What can Miss do against Algilacy, the player of this T-side team here? It's all down to Poe. Can he add to his tally of 25 kills in his 1v1 situation? Algilacy got him out. Oh, the bomb is not that well planted
Panobi
for him.
going to just stick this here. He
He's
swings
running out
super
of time.
wide.
He gets off it.
And he gets the
He'll get
kill.
the frag.
Panobi carrying this team says, you are not getting to round 17. We are going to tie this up 16 to 16.
Now, if you are Algilacy and Rob, you want this round win more than anything else. You do not want to have to get 2 round wins on the CT side on Mirage here. It'll be so difficult for them. That's not a good
Panobi
start.
removes Algilacy. All left up to Rob with the Mac 10. Long range.
Oh, he's in no man's
Laid
land.
out
He's
in
taken
hand.
out.
And Freak Score Legends are able to get the last round of the half.
One step closer on their journey to the semi-finals. There are only 2 more rounds in this game. They've been on match point before and they've thrown it away, so maybe it's in their heads a little bit. Panobi almost on that 30 bomb. What can he do here? We might see that before this overtime is over.
And he needs 2 kills to get that lovely 30 bomb, and the T's pushing CT here. Rob spotted out. They get the kill. Algilacy quick out. Palace though takes a
There's a
chunk of
molly
Panobi's health.
Panobi. Ooh.
And Algilacy's just
Nice
sticking
hit.
this. I don't think the teams are aware of this.
I don't think the team
5 seconds. Are they going to peak this, or is Algilacy going to get a 10
No
second
way.
defuse?
Oh,
No way! They fucking pulled it! 10-second defuse. Another blunder by Panobi and Miss. What are they doing?
If they lose this game now, they've only got themselves to lose. Both rounds lost in overtime are due to their own mistakes. Unbelievable scenes there.
Nice
And Miss.
shot from Move
Yeah,
Algilacy
nice shot.
with the deagle in hand. Now Rob, we've got all to do here. With that smoke, Miss is crap round.
Looks like he thinks there's something pushing from behind. He's not going to find anyone. He doesn't know what's going on. He gets taken out. Got his headset on backwards or something there. I'm not sure what quite was going on there. Oh, so we've seen both CT spawn and Palace here. This could be interesting, especially if the T's decide to push CT, which they are. Not going to find anything.
And the same setup as we've seen it so very
there's
often.
smoke
The
going out
double
here.
nade and
This
the
could be
smoke.
huge.
And he's already on bomb. 2 seconds left. 1 second left.
Oh!
And he's able to go on bomb. Panobi gets the kills.
Oh
What did we
my
just
goodness
witness?
gracious me. I cannot believe we've just seen that. Less than a second left on the bomb. Flying through the smoke. Picking up a double kill to take him through to the semi-finals. Unbelievable scenes. You don't get that any game but Counter-Strike.
I think there was like 0.2 seconds left on the defuse before Panobi spun through the smoke and just ripped his head off. That was so close. So many blunders by Panobi and Miss there. It didn't need to be that close, but what a
Almost
game of
thrown it
Counter-Strike.
away.
What a
This
game.
is why we love Counter-Strike. Yeah, like you said, what an incredible game. What an incredible performance by Panobi. Incredible everything. So much on the line and just kind of so close. Truly incredible, yeah. You love to see that sort of Counter Strike where you just don't know what's coming. You just don't know. We were hoping for a close game. We didn't see it in map one. We certainly saw it in map two. Game
Oh,
of the tournament so far, I think, for sure.
and congratulations, Group Squad Legends, with that win in overtime. That solidifies their place in our semi-finals. Commiserations to Rush B. We didn't get to see them a lot on stream, but what a performance they put up, taking us to overtime. That first game on Inferno, what a performance from Algilasi and Rob.
Yeah, really, really. I wish we got to see a bit more of Algie Lacey because he was really a unique player with a unique play style. When he brought out of Europe, you didn't know what to expect. When he was pushing, doing some weird things, was really cool. Maybe I could have saw a bit more of that in overtime or in those later rounds. Maybe we would have seen a different outcome of the game. But really, really cool. So let's have a little look at our scores from today. Let's get back on the screen. So we started off nobody in Chuckle versus Anti-Luke. Surprisingly close game there. We didn't think it was going to go to all three maps, but we saw it. And a lovely 2-1 win from there. We saw Voxy and Ethanol swiftly clean up their game against Bow and get on 3. And then we just saw Group Score Legends take the dub. 2-1. Close. Probably the closest game I think I've seen this tournament against Rush B. Yeah, what do you think of that, Reese? What do you think of the games today?
Yeah, we've had some insane games. Like I I, I can't get off this last game off my mind. The fact that the whitewashing it was in Inferno, the fact that I think it was a big mistake, maybe a miss with what they did, and then being able to take it to overtime in the second game. Boxy and Ethanol able to get the nice clean 2-0, not dropping a map against Bow and get on 3. I think that was kind of expected, but nevertheless, Bow and get on 3 still took quite a few rounds off Boxy and Ethanol, which I don't think we expected, and tantalisingly close with the HP
It could have
which
been
was
so
left.
many more rounds as well, considering the HP, like you mentioned. It really could have been a completely different outcome if DJ Remrem was able to pull off all those kills where he got down to 1 HP.
And
But
then
yeah,
the close games which we had from Nobody and Chuckle and Anti-Luke, that again was another close game. We've had some really close games from today, and commiserations to the teams which sadly didn't make it to them semi-finals. But I must say, I'm really looking forward to the semi-final matchups, which we will get to look forward to. The games,
yeah,
I think, if the games from this round are close, I think the games next in the semi-finals are going to be even closer.
it's going to be incredible. That will be starting tomorrow, 5 p.m. Make sure you clear your schedule and get in here. We'll be announcing the matchups later tonight, as well as a new pick'em, which will be for the semi-finals and final. Make sure you get involved with that. That's been us from today. Any last words to sign us off, Reese?
No, just hopefully Miss and Poe don't have any more blunders in the semi-final.
Yeah, awesome games today, and I can't wait until we see tomorrow. Maybe some more spectacular performances from Poe, Deeg, Wahid, Chuckle. We've got so many awesome games to see tomorrow. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll see you tomorrow.